Hey, welcome. Test, test, test. I forgot one thing. Oh, look at that, it worked. Check it out. I got the chat.
Nice.
It's a little cut off, but
What worked? What do we got?
It's in there.
it's in there.
Oh, the chat. Nice.
Yeah, I tried
nice.
to do it. It's cut off at the bottom though, but
That's
whatever.
all right. It'll stream up.
All right. I also forgot the alerts. Let me try to bring the alerts over. Copy. Bam. Paste. There they are. Sweet. Okay, cool. Hey, welcome. All right. Whoo, UPM Gaming. We're playing Season 2 now, I'm calling it. Screw it. We were Season 1 in the last one, but Season 2 in this one as we continue our adventure. And we got back to town. So we're back in town, and my god, did we go all over the place. The host worked. Woohoo! Damn, I don't even remember. There was so much. I didn't write a chronology. Basically, we started off at the tavern. We started going around town. We went all over. We went to guilds. We talked to the Legion. Registering at the Legion, we get the pins to be able to go to the Adventurers Guild and or any other guilds and set up shop, do our thing. We get the name of the Adventurers Guild Master, but we haven't gone to him yet. We got, pardon me, the name of the Legion Guild Master and participated in a Coliseum event with him at night at the end of our day, watching a good fight, putting some money down. We met a local Pathfinder who talked to us about a rescue mission of her old team. We retrieved the mages from the temple and decided they wished to go home to the frozen reaches. We were thinking about taking them by ship. With that, we still have a treasure map given to us. Yeah, cheers, work. Nice, man. Yeah. Woo, the cheers. Given to us by our old merchant friend. What else? My God, we went through a lot of things.
Went to the Bardic College. I talked to Pollack, the college scribe, relayed our stories, which is now being translated and put into various plays and poems and other assorted activities around town.
Making us more known in the city, which is good and bad. Your name is carried. You're getting into places. People are recognizing you. Kylo, however, you feel maybe a little too much attention lately. People know you're in town. People
I'm off and on because I'm the folk hero that likes to be with the people, but I'm also watching my back. So
you're watching your back, and your name's been all over town. If anybody was looking for you, they certainly know you're here. You've got that feeling over the last couple days. I don't remember where we ended with. Did we end with
dealing with we hired Teely, but I think we ended with Ren identifying all of our stuff for us, right?
That's what it was. We were at the Pathfinder Lodge. We met Ren, and she took the time to identify a lot of different items that we had. One in particular was...
Did that.
What's that?
As she did that, she scribed out the spell book for her.
You gave her the spell book, or scribed out the spell book, adding to her library of information, which is priceless to her, as well as a story from Clairval and details on the Far Realm and on Ravencrest's Manor.
And the books the books that I had for her to
describe
from
any books of
research,
knowledge, which she'll take into the Pathfinder Guild of Information and work on. And in exchange, she took time to identify your items. Will take a couple days, of course. So you'll be able to come and go throughout the city for picking up your items. One in particular, the wand from the Far Realm, that will take her a little bit of time to identify fully for you and whatnot. May was back and forth with the alchemist, who was an alchemist slash can teach in the ways of the artificer, and wanted her machine, her automaton, changed into something that could have her physically fit inside of it, which he'll work on as well over time. I think we're on like day 2, for lack of a better term, in this city. So anything you wish to do, it doesn't matter what. It could be day 2, day 3, whatever time, because you dropped everything off at the Pathfinder and you're going to go do whatever you wish to do. Where everybody wants to find themselves and whatnot.
Well, I've talked to the Bard at college, spread that around. I've done what I care to do. I'll do some of the arrangements with the Tea Leaf family, making sure that our wishes are known. Because of my experience dealing in a royal household, I know how to handle the staff.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that what our needs are, communicating that clearly to them, and make sure they're getting everything taken care of.
Okay.
Going to suggest to Clairval that make sure that one of the people that are hired knows something about the livestock that we have.
Yep.
You certainly have enough people. You'll have enough for, like I said, a butler, a cleaner, a chef. You could have an animal handler, or basic, like, stable type person. Yeah.
And just a generic gopher as well. So
Sure.
I'll give Tea Leaf the advance on funds for him and the rest of the staff for the month.
Okay.
Make sure you're the one responsible for making sure everyone is paid appropriately. Here is your basically account to cover the incidentals and the food and such that we need here.
All right.
At this point, I don't know how often we're going to be here. This is enough to make sure that when we are here, there will be food, there will be accommodations, and everything will be kept ship shape for when we drop at a moment's notice.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
already
Yes,
picked
sir.
up a
Thank
bunch
you.
of provisions, like a couple months' provisions for this
Yep.
for the house and for the animals as well. So,
Take care of the house, sir.
we went and saw Vladimir down at the bazaar.
Yes. Sold you a bunch of chickens.
Mm-hmm. And some food and some. What else did we get? We got something else.
Chickens, a mule.
Oh right, yeah. You needed a mule, and I picked up my horse Patches.
Ye old patches.
You Patches.
Jackson does want to go to the artificers and alchemists and see if they have any quicksilver on hand,
Have any what? Sorry, cut out.
or quicksilver or mercury.
From where? Oh, the Artificer Guild. Okay, yeah, yes. Just want to buy some stuff.
I need to go pick up some, I'm going to look for a magic shop where I can buy some of the equipment. I think we pretty much kept everything. All of our stuff went to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to buy some stuff for myself.
Okay.
So I'll do a investigation check
Okay.
to figure out where the best place around here for me to get that stuff is. I'll just talk to Tea Leaf. This is what I pay him for.
All right. What were you trying to get again? One more time.
I need some magic items.
All right. So magic items.
Yep.
All right.
He
So
also needs to know where the beer shop, the alcohol shop is, so he can
How
refresh
often
his
do you
flask.
Clairval drink, huh?
yeah, he never does.
That's
Hidden,
right.
hidden in those robes of yours.
Yeah.
All right.
You and your prejudice against bards, it's unsettling.
I love bards.
Tea Leaf is going to redirect you to a tiefling named Pyra, who will be.
Pyra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who will be over. Where are we here? In the market district or shopfront district. I'm sorry, and be able to deal with you.
The name of
I'm going to go with Clairval.
Okay.
Just because I want to get out and see the city too. So.
Okay.
There is one other thing that Jackson wants to get aside from the mercury / quicksilver. That would
Just
just
something
be a bag of beans.
Bag of beans, baked beans.
No, not big, just beans. Like peanuts, legumes, whatever.
Oh, easily,
All right,
easily.
We'll pick some up while we're in the city for you.
The Grand Bazaar, you can get that kind of stuff here, there. Very, very easy. Only I would even just say copper you to get beans type thing. You could very easily acquire them.
But an electrum towards that.
Ah, nice. All right. Start making your way known into the bazaar. People.
Points exist.
Your misunderstanding of the currency, yeah. Ragnar, were you talking there for a minute?
No, I have not said anything.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys are not. So you want to go to find a. Sorry, where are we here? The magic items. What are you looking for specifically?
well, right now I'm just wearing basic leather armor. So like I'm not like we had some magical items, like some magical armor and that, but we gave it to those party that are actually going into the fray.
Correct.
But quite frankly, I'd like a little bit more protection. And I think May, did you say that your AC is an 11?
Well, not anymore, because now I have power armor.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah, I was concerned about May's, but no, she's good. No, I'm very squishy,
Yeah.
and I have a strength of 9. So, like, I need help.
Your own party's weapons tend to be attracted to you. So.
They do. It's like they put magnets in the back of my robe.
That was Ragnar. He's a jokester that way.
It was hilarious. Ragnar.
Yeah.
What happened? I don't remember this.
Armor. What do we got here? Let's take a quick look.
I'm looking for some. Speaking of when we're looking for stuff, I'm looking for some magic arrows too for the bow to give it a little more pop, or possibly a bow.
Rare. Okay, so you're gonna talk. Pardon me. You're gonna talk to Pyra, the tiefling, on behalf of Tea Leaf, who will give you her name, and with a proper introduction, she will realize who you are from the stories floating around the city.
Carmel's very good stories.
She will, however, only have limited magic items. Magic items.
What was your favorite part of the story?
She'll be quite interested in this character that you ventured with named Tessa.
Okay.
She said this is very, very interesting. I really like the parts of the story that you bring up about how all the things that she found down there.
I give very flattering and detailed account of some of the interactions with her, such as when we rescued her from the prison cell, how she was there at a moment's notice to save Ragnar. I make her sound much more heroic than what she actually was.
Roll a actual persuasion check, charisma.
Okay. So that's a 3, but because of my silver tongue, the default goes to a minimum of 10.
Okay.
So that would be a 22.
22.
22. Damn.
22. So, Pyra, show me the goods.
All right. So she deals in some magic items that are brought into the city by adventurers all over. So people in the Adventurers Guild and whatnot, when they complete a successful mission, if they're looking to unload something, she's a very good contact to get that. As such, you're looking for magical leather armor. Magical leather armor is considered rare, which usually runs 4,000 gold per suit. You have rolled really high, so she is able to offer a discount as well on that. Bringing it down to about actually 30,000 with your check. If you're, or sorry, 3,000, not 30, 3,000.
Yeah.
So if you wish to get a suit of +1 leather armor, it would be 3,000 gold.
All right.
As magic items are very costly.
Yep. And what else do you have around here that's neat and nifty? Might make for a fun story to have.
All right. The majority of the stuff she has is pretty, well, hate to use the word common, not common, because nothing's really common here, but things like bags of holding, of course, are always something everyone's looking for.
Yes.
What would a bag of holding run us?
Let's double check. What do we got? Bag of holding. Uncommon. 400.
400?
Gold?
400 gold, and this is interesting. It's different, obviously, than 3.0, 3.5. There's only one size of it. There's not different sizes.
Yep.
Page 153 is a reference if you need it.
Yep, I got it. Okay. What else do you have?
What are you looking for? Give us an idea.
So you have in the way of arrows.
She won't really have, well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. She should have some arrows. A lot more people in the city who deal more in weapons than that might have that. But let me look around here. See
So she's not
what we
the
have.
all and
to
end
see.
all of magical.
No,
equipment.
not by any means. She's just a contact. Just one contact in the city.
Oh, okay.
But she will have, I think it's under ammunition is the word they use in this one. +1 arrows. Is that what you're looking for?
Sure.
Okay, so again, we're looking at about 400 gold. Let's just check. You have bonus to attack with this piece of magical ammunition. That's per arrow.
400 per arrow.
Yep.
Yep.
Does she have? Is it? So I'm not that familiar with the ammunition in the game. So is there anything between standard arrow and a magic +1 arrow?
+1 to hit and damage, correct? So as
Sure.
you're attacking, you use your bow and you deal your standard damage. If you're using a +1 arrow, you do your bow, your standard damage, and then +1 for attack and damage.
There's nothing like a masterworks arrow or anything in between that would like
Oh,
increase.
I mean,
Or something in the armor
yeah,
or the magic shop.
yeah.
Okay. Just so I know, because I'm
Yeah.
familiar with the old where you had the arrow, then you had +1, then you had +2,
Yep.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you have your pluses. There's also in the game, obviously, there's all kinds of arrows. There's fancy arrows to do all kinds of tricks. You can't find anything at the ready, but I'm sure over time, putting your name out, somebody will contact you about that.
We'll leave that with
Yeah.
Tea Leaf.
I motion her in close. I'm not looking for anything specific at the moment. What I'm looking for in general is something that's going to have an interesting story that I can have with it.
Let's see.
He's looking for a stately cloak that
Yeah.
begs an audience.
See what we got.
Like, ring of resistance plus armor. That's common. Everyone's seen that. What's something that you thought is? It doesn't even have to be something flashy or incredibly powerful. Just something that you, Pyra, who knows her trade, found
Ooh.
What a nifty
All
earring.
right. She looks at you, and
eye patch.
eyes you up and down. Looks at a Kylo, and she's like, adventure, okay, nothing there. It's fine. He might have a couple bucks. Doesn't really look like it. Looks, his armor's not the best. Well, it's kind of nice, but, I mean, he's not outstanding. Looks over at you, though, and sees that shirt. And says, look at this. This guy's got money. He's got money. Maybe. Goes into the back.
who appreciates eccentricity.
Comes out.
That is what the shirt screams.
The dragon shirt. Comes out with something under a cloth. And brings it out, puts it on the table. Takes cloth off and reveals a crystal ball. It says, this is quite something. I came by this long ago from a group of adventurers from a different realm passing through. It's quite expensive. And I don't know its use. I know there's different types and different ones. Which one this is, I've no idea. If you could unlock its secrets and activate it, it might be something very useful to you. It's something no one quite was able to afford before, so I kind of keep it away from prying eyes.
Fair enough. May I?
Sure.
So I'll use my telekinesis to lift it up, to bring it over to me.
Okay.
Use the ability to just spin it around in front of my face as I take a look at it.
Okay. About 6 inches in diameter.
Yep.
Made of sparkling crystal. Accompanying base.
So what actions have you taken to determine the magic property? You said you had not much luck and that you received it from adventurers from another plane.
Yes, another plane, she says.
Have you taken this to the Adventurers Guild or
No.
even the Pathfinders?
I've taken it to no one. No one knows that I have it. I rarely speak of it, and it's been stored away.
Then, at the very least, Hiram, you have my thanks for your confidence. It is an interesting piece. And what would it take to convince you to part with such an interesting piece?
The value of this, as I once inquired, ran between 40 and 200,000 gold, depending on its use, which I never uncovered. You may get quite the deal, or you may overpay.
A gambler. See. Now I'm intrigued. So, what would I be paying in order for me to take my gamble?
Ooh. Thinks about it. I can't determine what this would do. But you're very interested. I can see that. When you have money.
This is what I will tell you. What if I were to determine for you what this could do?
And how would you do that?
Pyra, you've heard the tales. This is Kylo Wintershield. He has traveled the far realm, battled mind flayers, beholders, all manner of elder creatures. Elder gods have faced this man down, and he is still here. We have ways of finding things out.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
All right. If you can determine what the ball will do, I will then come up with a price. Discounted,
Tell
of
me to
course,
stop
for your
talking.
time and effort.
I'm going to browse. I'm browsing while he's talking.
All right, you look around. You see a couple different things. You see some cloaks, some objects, things here and there, tiny things. You see, a couple daggers in odd-looking sheaths.
This is what I will propose to you, Pyra. This is something where we would need to travel. And quite frankly, I would need to have this in my possession to get the information. But I don't want to just carry this. I'm not going to just walk out with your goods, especially you don't know what you're getting. But this is what I will propose to you. Next time that I'm going to be traveling to far reaches where ancient mysteries might be uncovered and secret knowledge might be learned, I will come and stop with you first. And if you're agreeable at the time, I will borrow your crystal ball. I will leave you something in your charge to ensure my return. If it's not something that you're interested at that time, my feelings will not be harmed, and you can just continue on. If you provide it to me, I will find out exactly what it is, return it to you, so that you can make an appropriate call as to what you would like done with it.
All right. Insight check, of course, on you.
Yep.
15.
Well,
Are you opposing?
She's doing an insight check, so
Just
I'm
to
not
make sure
lying.
you're sincere. If you're sincere, no roll.
I'm being sincere.
Okay. Your reputation precedes you. I know who you are. I know you live in the city. A lot of people in the city know of you and your deeds. You are backed by the Legion. You have a great reputation. I take you at your word, she'll say.
And then the next time that I may be traveling, I will come by and see you before I leave. I give her a little smile. I may come by and see you just anyway.
What are you going to leave as a retainer?
I'm not taking the crystal ball at this point.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. You're just talking
The
about
next
it.
time I'm going to be leaving town, so we're not looking to leave town just yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
What would she be looking for as a retainer, though?
I don't know.
Before we sell everything we have.
No. We're good. I'll take care of that at the time.
Because right, I know, but you could.
Odds are, what I'll do is I'll leave her some type of magical item that we don't particularly care about for where we're going.
Yeah, like the.
We've got two magical staffs right now. We've got a staff of charming and a staff of healing. So I might.
And we have the Lich's cursed amulet too that you could.
Well, I'm not going to leave a cursed amulet with the magic keeper who was impressed by her +1 leather armor.
Yeah, I suppose that's not a good thing to leave. If she's impressed with +1 armor.
All right, so she very happily accepts your proposal in hopes
Whoa,
of getting it
slow
identified.
down.
Not that one.
She would like dinner
Yeah,
at a Lakeshore Cafe.
She does like that shirt, though.
yeah, everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
No, she really likes that shirt.
You'll see it on and off.
Pyra,
Hmm.
we're just going to take one of the bags of holding. Right, do we want 2, Kylo?
Sure.
We'll take 2 bags of holding.
Perfect. All right. She'll sell you those.
Okay.
Oh, and a little bit of information. Where would be the best place to procure more extraordinary armaments, weapons, daggers, bows, arrows, ammunition, type of thing that you wouldn't carry here? Because you were saying, she was saying earlier that it was more of a.
I'm going to use message right now. So she can't.
You're gonna
hear
use
this,
message,
but
all right? Yeah.
Alec, are you seriously standing in this woman's shop and asking her to direct us to one of her competitors?
No. It's because she said earlier that she wouldn't have a lot of the magical armament. She said it'd be more of a.
You hear a sigh for me using another message, just exasperation.
She does deal in magic items. That's what she has. So she has some stuff here. It's just, you get the idea that if you were looking specifically for arrows, right, you'd be going to a Fletcher, who may also deal in magical arrows. But as she said, it's not something that they just have, that they'll just have out in a go. You'll need a contact, and somebody will contact you in hopes of what you're looking for. So if you're looking for, I don't know, like acid arrows, and you make that out and known, over time somebody will contact you and deal with you there. She had a couple +1s. If you want the +1s, you're welcome to buy.
No, I'm not going to buy the arrows. I will leave it with her to say, let Tea Leaf know if she comes across a bow of extraordinary quality. +1, flaming, whatever, something.
Okay, perfect. That's exactly.
I browsed the shop. I saw some daggers. I didn't see a bow hanging in there. So
that's exactly the information we would want. So if you're looking, pardon me, if you're looking for something, then she will get back to you on it.
Okay.
Ragnar,
Yes.
add a bag of holding to your goods. I'm going to give you a bag of holding since you're after our pack mule.
Oh, pack mule.
Open. A bag of holding.
A bag of holding.
Load them up.
Yeah, put the glass plate in there.
The glass window.
Yeah.
Oh, now we'll have a spot for the ladders if we're going to get a ladder again.
Ladders, 10-foot poles.
10-foot poles.
Should I put that in there? Should I put that what's that window called? Can I put that in the so I can see what I have in the bag of holding?
Yeah, the bag of holding is pretty much a pocket dimension. Whatever you put in there is in there. You can retrieve it. It takes time, but it'll magically go in. So say you put the window in, you can pull the window back out, kind of thing.
Yeah, but is there a way for me to kind of put?
Oh, you write it down.
You're not sticking the window onto the side of the bag of holding.
No. Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah,
put all the stuff in there.
No, putting it in, but on D&D Beyond, is there a way to do that?
Oh, the bag of holding. Yeah, you can put the bag of holding. It would be a listed item. I'm positive it would be.
Yeah, but for the actual items, you can list it in the notes. There's a notes section. You can list other things.
I would just list it in there that what's inside the bag of holding.
Yes, correct. Yeah, put it as a title and then put everything down. Because if something happened, now, let's just give him some information because he is newer to the game, so it's common knowledge. If you put something sharp in the bag of holding, it will puncture it and be destroyed.
Okay, okay.
So if you
put a dagger, you gotta make sure the dagger's got a sheath on it.
There is a thing. It says add items to your bag of holding.
Oh, okay.
It's an actual thing. So
If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed. The contents are scattered in the astral plane. So it's gone.
okay. All right. What is that window called? Do you want me to put it inside?
You can just put
It's a
window.
2x4 magic window.
Oh, it's not magic window.
Or
Not an actual item.
Oh, it's
window
not. Oh.
window 93.
Window 93.
That's not
Yeah, that's awesome. Got a bag of holding for the guy who carries all the stuff. Oh, I remembered something. I'll just make a note. All right, you guys went out and bought some magic items. You were looking around. Jackson went to the bazaar in the middle of the city and got a bunch of different supplies that he needs, probably for spells. Beans, mercury, silver, that kind of stuff. May.
Yeah.
May's still there? Can't see her.
I'm still here.
Okay, May, you're going to take time over the days or so to go over to the Artificers Guild and talk with Lizam. He will talk to you about the power armor. So he will say to you in the end that he has found a way to remove the net and the mechanics from it. You're in a wind tunnel. Yeah, that's May. He's got a way to get you inside. So he will show you the redesigned power armor that no longer has the net. So the net function is removed. However, you have the slam from the fists. You have the body of the automation has been treated not by him, but by Raywind from when it was built, that it resists magic. So you have advantage on spells against it. So you get to roll twice. And Lazam will also say that he added something fun on there. So he found a way to add a unique property. He pretty much gave you the Zephyr attack spell, which will be a concentration spell of over 10 rounds. At any one time during that round, you can have advantage on one attack and move 30 feet, either before or after that attack. So you can make that suit really move for a period of time and do an extra hard punch. If you land the punch, you do your regular punch with the suit, as well as an extra 1d8 force damage. Once per day, I think it is. So she now has an upped AC. She also, the machine shares about half her hit point total. So when the machine is destroyed, or I forget the proper word I use, but when it hits zero, disabled, it's disabled, she can come out and continue to fight. To repair the machine, you just must use mending. Mending will only do 1/4 heal on it. So 4 mending spells will return it to full health. So over time, this is developed for you in association with the guild, where they're also training you to be an artificer, however you say it, and allowing you to take your level in that. I think you're taking your 5th level, 4 levels ranger, 1st level artificer with them. Yeah, go ahead.
So then I'm still 1st level in artificing then?
Yeah, correct. You'd be level 1 artificer, level 4 ranger, right? Because we're level 5.
Yes. Well, I think mine's actually level 6 right now.
Were you a level ahead of us when you came in?
I don't think so.
Because everybody hit 5th, so you should be 5.
That might be the +1 of the. Oh yeah, that's the +1 artificer. Never mind.
Okay. All right.
So, question on the armor.
Yeah.
Does it still have the Chul claw on it?
No, the Troll Claw with just a fleshy claw ripped off a
okay.
monster. Yeah, it was kind of,
Okay.
it kind of lasted for a little bit, but then, kind of stank and was rotted. So it'd be cleaned and put back.
Jackson get a chance to test if it was rotten?
All right, so you guys were shopping. He was shopping. She was getting that build. Ragnar, was there anything specific that you were up to over the next couple days?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. Ragnar going here and there with everybody else. All right.
Yeah, just kind of tagging along.
There are a few things that Jackson did want to do.
Yes, Jackson.
Is visit the temple in the Scholars District to speak with some wizards in the area.
Okay.
And see if any of them were interested in trading spells or looking over the information that he has.
School is okay. Yep. You're going to spend some time in the Scholars District learning new things in magic, sharing your magical knowledge with them as well. Brush up on your magical side.
Find anyone else that is very interested in the stuff in the Lich's spellbook. Just some of the lighter spells in it. See where I'm asking, what's the new spellbook?
We will have to gen that, eh? Yeah, I'll have to find that. Do you have that site?
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay, we'll find it. We'll regen it. But yeah, USD will find people who are interested and work with you on that as well. Share knowledge with you, share knowledge with them. You'll be able to pick up a couple things. So we'll give you a couple extra spells on the way.
Oh, I have an idea, something to do. Is there a cartography guild in the city?
Of course there is.
I'm going to go see the cartographers and show them the treasure map and kind of get a lay of where it might be from.
Okay. So you're going to go into the Cartographers Guild, and someone will greet you at the door. Ask what you're looking for. You explain to them that you have a map that you wish to know what? Like the location of?
Yeah, just the geographic region of it, because it's
okay.
I'm not that familiar with this area of the continent.
All right. So you meet someone. Oh, do I have my dice? Let's see. I'll have to find my dice. It's okay. You're going to meet someone inside the Cartographers Guild, and they're going to look at the map. They're going to first ask you, what's the map for?
It was given to us by Lord Jackson.
They don't recognize the name. This guy. Just
he doesn't recognize it.
But what you were given a map? What to? Just kind of pry.
For an interesting area that we're supposed to quest and return a lost item.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair cover story. All right, he'll look at it, and he can tell.
For that one.
He can tell right away just by looking at it. He says, "Oh, this is right across the border of Silver Lake."
And about how far is that?
Silver Lake is going to be miles to the east. Silver Lake is a bordering kingdom. The other kingdom opposing Ashura to the west, just below the Cloud Tower Mountains. It is a military kind of run country, we'll call it, led by a not so nice queen and her her well-known red knights that punish people who would cross into her land.
Didn't know. All right. Anything else you can tell me about the trip there? Anything?
So it looks actually pretty
familiar with that country. So
pretty simple. You're just going east out of the city along the King's Highway. You're going to be cutting cross country northeast through the forest. There's going to be some things in your way. You may go around or go through, such as a lake there, a small lake that comes down from the mountains. You're going to be heading towards the base of the Cloud Tower Mountains through the hilly part, and that's about where this map is. Just be careful because that runs across the border of Silver Lake. Just some rumors we're hearing right now that they're very on edge. They've been patrolling lately all over. Merchants, of course, free to come and go along the highway to the country, but other than that, everyone's being checked. If you're up there messing around with no good story, you could be taken into custody.
What about entertainment troops traveling through the area?
As long as you're legit and you go through the proper channels into the heart of the city, you should suffer no harm, but that would take you south, east into the city. You want to go northeast up into the countryside.
Would there be anything up that way that would be of interest to stop into by a traveling entertainment troupe?
Not from this, no. You'd be in the countryside. The wildlands.
Can't use that cover. I thank you for your services, sir. How much do I? How much do I?
I'll give you a couple silver.
Okay. So
Tip them off.
silver. Give him a tip on 3 silver on top.
All right. Yeah, give you some information about where that is located and how to go there. Easiest and best way, so that you get a relative idea. He'll also give you, with the money you give him, a general map of the area. So it's a top view map of Ashura and Silver Lake, with the area you've kind of referenced, sketched out. Easier to maneuver.
Perfect. All right, I'll meet right back up with Clairval, who's probably still wooing his Pyra lady.
Well, you guys all kind of can meet up at some point in the day, wherever you want to meet up. I don't know where you would, maybe at the house, it's up to you.
Yep, I'd meet back at the house.
Yeah. House about lunch.
Yeah, unless anybody else has any business. Okay, everybody kind of meets back up. You go into the house, you get the nice layout there. You can hang around, sit around, get some food. Tea Leaf and his gang are hard at work.
Feed us. How's the food?
They got some food prepared for you. Something light, because it's the beginning here where they're just getting set up and ready. I can make you some nice sandwiches, some local game, and fresh bread.
Excellent. So, gentlemen, lady, what do we want to do with ourselves?
I filled them in about what the cartographer told me and showed them the map of the area.
Okay.
And how it relays to the treasure map. Yeah, this option. It's not too far to go, but there's trouble at the border. So.
Yeah.
Looking that over, Jackson is going to point out that
the border.
he does have some experience with navigating maps. However, this is a different place. He does need to get his hands on some maps.
Jackson's a navigator. He knows how to read maps and set courses, whether they be on land or sea.
If you want the map, it's yours. You can have it. There's
It's less this one. It's more, I don't know this world. I'd like to get some maps of it.
Yeah. Well, as a reference point, the city. Show them on the map. The city we're in is here, and I'm sure there's a scale on the map written by.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
So
You get a nice little general overview.
We're in and the region next to us.
Yeah.
Here.
You get an image of the city of Ashura, with below it the Journeyman's Bay, where your ship is currently docked, that goes out to the west to the major ocean, and the land kind of goes up north. Now it's cut off because they're more focused on Silver Lake to the west, where you see the Cloud Tower Mountains coming down, cutting the land as it goes, and the border and the edge of the city along with the major highways leading that way. You get some good ideas, and you can see some landmarks sketched on there that you don't know this area, but you're like, oh, there's major landmarks here, there, and everywhere on this thing. So there's a lot of different places out there that people have been added into the maps at the Cartographers Guild.
Let's take a look. Do we have a map of the area?
This map?
No, like general map of like the continent.
Not currently in your possession. Yeah.
Tea Leaf, send out. We would like a map of the continent that we can put up in here so that we can plan out some of our activities.
Yes, sir, he says. He'll send one of his guys out. They'll make their way out, probably to the Cartographers Guild, and purchase that for you on your behalf.
Also remember that we do have, I did check in on, or a couple of us checked in, I don't know if everybody knows, we checked in on the mages as they were healing at the temple.
Mm-hmm.
They will be discharged from the healing services in the next few days, so they'd like to return home. However, they have an interest of joining us for the trip, if we would take them.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get a hold of the map.
Mm-hmm.
They're from the frozen reaches up north. I'm just trying to get an idea if we were to be traveling by airship, what kind of time frames we'd be looking at versus getting to Silver Lake, frozen reaches, and wherever else we may wish to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So have to check in on the ship and see how its retrofitting has gone.
That is what you want to do sometime during the afternoon and go to the ship itself and down to the docks.
I'm going to try to get a map up here real quick.
Workers are there.
Yep, we're going to have to do that. That's something we can do.
Okay, question for the DM. I saw the chronological list you sent us. We've been gone. We began our adventure in 593 CY, right? What time of year
Spring.
is it now?
In about spring, it's about fall. So still.
Okay, so it's fall.
Yeah.
It's basically the weather where you're in now. So
right. Rainy, muddy, overcast.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get a little thing up here.
Any trip north will probably, if we don't have some sort of vehicle, will be treacherous. I'm sure. Even when we get there, we may hit weather. Speaking from a survivalist instinct. So we want to make sure that we take the right gear with us if we go that way.
Oh, okay. So you're talking more about cold weather gear.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's a good idea. Hey, this is a great map. Oh my god, look at this. Let's use this.
You putting it? Where are you putting it?
I just gotta throw this up. I gotta throw up a couple maps, but I'll throw this up just for fun.
Over the candle.
Local map into. Let me throw that in here. I just want to. Transparency. Blah 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 blah. So, where's that local map? I want to put this up for half a second. Let's see how it does. It's gonna take, of course, the whole thing, but we'll put it down here. It's gonna be a little hard to see. I just want to show you something on here. So, I know it's gonna be a little hard to read, but this is basically Ashura. Can you see my mouse?
No. Not right now.
Okay, top of the bay is Ashura. To the right, there's a series of hills, and then there's a little arrow saying to Silver Lake in the mountains in the top right corner. That's pretty much what they're showing you. It's going to be towards there out in the county or the countryside.
Cloud Tower Mountains.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this for a second. I just want to show you real quick because I found that real quick. I'm going to pop this one in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pop these into Discord. My bad. It's easier to see and you can zoom in.
For reference sake, the manor or the mansion was north of the King's Forest, or was it that far off?
Let me pop it in. I'm gonna pop the first one in, just so I can see it up close. Okay, so yeah, Ashura City, where that says the mounds and the King's Forest. This has been drawn years ago, so I'm gonna kind of move things around. Well, pull the King's Forest down to almost above the mounds and between the Cloud Tower Mountains, right up in there. So top okay. Right corner. And I'm gonna pop this map in real quick. I think this is a good version for your wall. And of course, this is the newer version. So this one here, how big does this come open? Okay, so it goes pretty good.
It doesn't come up very big.
Oh, it will when you hit Open Original. Open Original, you can zoom right in. So you're going to see nice. Ashura down to Silver. Now,
Lake.
This is a cataclysmed version of the map. The original map all link, but this is the world destroyed. There was a cataclysm. So Silver Lake's still there, but there's a giant whirlpool below it. Ashura's there, and now the Northern Lands are ripped apart. So the Northern Lands originally, I'll post the original one in a second here.
Frozen Reaches.
All the way up to Loken, and then up to the Frozen Reaches. This used to be all one continent, all one piece of land. It got ripped in half there. So you'd have to go up and around. But for reference, I can't really put them on the stream because no one will be able to see them. They'll be way too small, right?
Yeah, you'll have to cut some down and get some local.
I'll show you the old map real quick. If it's here, just trying to see.
You talking about the cataclysm? That reminds me. Are these mages or are these like elves aware of what's happened to the world? Like they've been gone a long time.
Yeah, probably not. This is the color version, I think, of the old map. Let me check real fast. It takes a minute to upload this one.
Let's make sure that the church is the one to break that one too.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've filled the map by now.
Oh, that dropped me frames.
Not because they'd have no way of knowing how long these elves have been gone. Right?
So this is a bad version, but a color version. If you look at this, you can see Ashura Silver Lake. It's actually on the lake, which is now replaced by a whirlpool. You can see that the land went straight up, all the way up to the Frozen Reaches. Now it's ripped apart, kind of type thing. So that's the one on the bottom in color is the previous world. The one on top is a cataclysm type world. So yeah, the mages will not know of the cataclysm type world. So as they originally talked to you, they wanted to go by foot north from Ashura up to the Frozen Reaches, checking it on holy sites as they go. But you knowing the land, that it is broken apart, you would have to take a ship anyway at some point up there, so taking a ship around is still an active good idea. Type thing.
So what we could propose to these mages traveling mages. Knowledge, history, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. That'd be a 26. The elves of the frozen reaches. What kind of terms are they on with Silver Lake? Because like I know Silver Lake, what they think of as Shura, but like frozen reaches, like
you know, just in general, yourself being a bard, that the frozen reaches, the elves are pretty reserved up there. They keep to themselves. They're squirreled away at the top of the world, and they don't.
So like,
yeah.
So these elves could explore, like they could come with us to Silver Lake. They could separate from us and go off and explore, and they wouldn't be harassed or harangued or get any grief.
Well, not because they're elves, but they wouldn't be allowed to explore right now. No, because things have really picked up with the military there. They're really watching anybody coming in. So something's got them on edge, that they're checking all travelers. If you're a merchant there in official business, you're pretty much free to come and go. They're still going to keep an eye on you. They're not going to let anybody wander around exploring unguarded, without escort.
And I'll explain that the suggestion was that if we went as a traveling troop, a dramatic troop, that we could go to the city without hassle, but if we...
Really? They suggested a traveling troop of entertainers. That's surprising.
Get Kyloke in that clown costume.
Yeah. Ragnar might fit it better. But yeah, they would let us go to the city, but we couldn't. If we veered off somewhere, they'd have a lot of issue with it.
So this is you guys at the house discussing about the north and the map. This is what Tea Leaf will bring back. He'll bring back pretty much maps. A pre-cataclysm map, a post-cataclysm map, and a local area map to give you... some ideas, as you'll post them up in you put them wherever you want, probably second floor in that main discussion room or right wherever, doesn't matter.
No, I think it's just plenty of room where we'd be meeting and having the discussion would be the place to do it.
Yeah.
So put that up on the wall. So
if I'm looking at the information that you sent on the chronology thing, is that when the time jump happened? Time shift or no?
Let me think of the cataclysm exactly. It's funny because I can't remember off the top of my head when the cataclysm appeared. I think it was the Lich, and the time jump, but I could be...
Like the whole world jumped by 16 years?
So the players, the PCs were in... Actually, it might have. There was a Lich that appeared above the city in his Zuggernaut, and yeah, actually he froze time, right? Yeah, he froze time. And they had to go in there and take him down. And then when they came out, it was 16 years had passed.
And they cracked the world.
I forget what cracked the world, to be 100% honest. I'll have to research my own notes.
That was I thought that had to do with the White Crow.
It was something we did, a major quest that we completed that cracked the world.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to figure out when all this went down. Because that's about 50, quite 50 years ago.
It was a long time ago, yeah.
Okay. But it would be after those mages were in servitude. So.
Oh yeah. So you're making plans. You're looking at all different options right now.
Yeah. So like, we've got that Black Rose lead. What was that again?
So you have a couple leads. You have a local Pathfinder who needs a rescue mission of her former team who never returned from another plane. You have an escort mission to take the elven people back to the north of the frozen reaches. You have a treasure map located in the nation of Silver Lake, where you may have to uncover hidden cache. You have where is it here? You have been given a name of the Guildmaster of the Adventurers Guild to check in to see if you want to actually apply for Adventurers Guild, to be registered with the Adventurers Guild. If you're registered with the Adventurers Guild, you have access to undertake quests on behalf of the guild, be given quests by people in the city looking for adventurers, and undertake established quests under guild ownership. You also have to check in with the ship and get a crew, which may lead you to other things as well. And because I don't know anybody remembers it out of game, two things. You have cursed items you can research and go deal with, and you have Ragnar's soul.
Oh, right. Yeah, we got to deal with that before we leave the city. At least we should try to.
Jackson is willing to part with the cursed weapons for now.
Part with what?
Like, guys go deal with the cursed weapon for now that he has, and it's exactly what like is. If they can get the enchantment removed from it and placed onto a different weapon, so he has a cursed weapon and the enchantment for the sword. If not, then just see if they can remove the curse itself.
Okay.
The Adventurers Guild will probably be the best spot to get that type of information because other adventurers are going to come across cursed items as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's something that we want to look at doing while we're in town, we should probably go check in at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay,
that's another thing
for the afternoon.
So you got a lot of different things. Whatever you want to do, and
we
however
have
you want to
two other quests that weren't mentioned. I think was the find a way for both May and Nin to Jackson to get back to their one to check on their adventuring groups if they still are alive.
Is that something they wanted?
And back to their plane. It's a suggestion if they want to return to their.
They like it here.
I think they like it here.
We're great.
I thought I brought that up. They said no, but
did
up
they?
to you.
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't.
You tell me.
Jackson is not currently concerned about. He sees this as a new start for now, and eventually he can learn a way back.
I think May was under a similar situation.
Let's go check in at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
We can, talk to them about, one, are we interested in registering with them? Let's find out what, they've got to offer. Because, we're great.
We are.
If they want us to be part of their little super secret club, they better make it worth our while.
Jackson is staying at the house and rewriting his spellbook because he needs to do that for.
All right. Okay, Jackson's gonna hang out, redo his spellbook. Do you remember out of game what level I gave you that at? Was it
the one that you had up to Bigby's hand, so up to a level 5 spell.
Up to level 5 spell. Okay. Wizard level. What wizard level cast 5? Third. Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry. No, I went the wrong way. 5th level spells.
Yeah.
Is 9th. 9th level wizard.
9th level wizard casts.
You can cast 5th level spells.
3rd level?
5th.
Oh no, I thought he said 3rd.
I said 5th. He said it twice, and that's what got stuck in your head.
Yeah, I misspoke. He's got 5th level spells. In order to cast a 5th level spell for a wizard,
right?
The wizard needs to be 9th level.
Got it. Okay, so let's try this real fast. See if it works. That's only up to 3rd. That's interesting. I wonder why. Huh. I generated it.
Was Bigby's hand, so.
And Big B's hand was level 3, correct?
I
think
level 5. Check.
Having a hard time
Hold
hearing
on,
you.
you got it right here.
Okay. I tried genning one here real fast.
Is a 5th spell.
I put the wizard level up to 9. I genned it. It only gave me up to 3rd.
That's fine. It'll be interesting.
Okay. All right.
Bixby's hand is a 5th level spell.
Okay. Let me try again. Let me try again to gen this. See what happens. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yep. I got Big B's hand actually. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can.
The same game over.
How do I link this? Has been saved. Copy the URL above to share it. Copy. Boo, 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 boo. Paste. See if you can read that or get that. I'll just keep it below and we'll come back to it if so.
I got it.
Does it show a spell list?
My internet's being a butt.
Oh, okay.
It does show me something.
All right, sick. The rest of you are going to make your way to the Adventurers Guild, yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way to the Adventurers Guild. You are going... Where's our guilds here? Residential Quarter, Guild District. Larger halls used as guild houses are found in this district where people of like skill and thought can meet and socialize. Many of these guild houses compete for rank, hold contests to outdo each other. Belonging to a guild house has many perks, as in lodging for members. You don't need that. You have your own house. You make your way to this place, which is a nice big guild hall. So you got a guild house about 3 stories up, very, very fancy, painted up nice. A lot of horses out front, tied off, nice and tidy, very welcoming. And make your way over and in. Entering inside, you make your way in, and you can see a large central room where some tables are set up and people are drinking. There's a simple bar. It looks like they have their own little tavern inside. A couple fireplaces going, and to get out of the light rain and the mud, and make your way in. You can hang your cloaks on the hook if you want, and make your way down. As you come in, some guys at the door, very fancily dressed as pretty high-level adventurers, you would assume from what they're wearing, kind of stop you, not in a rude way or anything like that, but just kind of like, hey, how you doing?
Take a look.
How are you doing?
I love those boots.
Looks down. Those are nice boots.
Those are fantastic boots. May I ask where you got them?
I got these in the Temple of the Cloud Giants. Bet you've never been there. Kind of looks at you.
And I have not.
He says they're quite the set. You should see what I can do. However, I need to know the story behind that shirt.
It is a nice shirt, isn't it?
I pass it off. What was the name of the guild leader here, guys?
I'm not there. I don't have an answer.
I could tell you if you need it. If not,
Sorry, I'm looking it up here. I think I have it written down.
Yeah, I've got Bard College Scribe, I've got Tea Leaf, I've got Pyra, I've got Ren, but I don't have the Adventure Guild.
Toriel.
Is that
it
correct,
is.
Ian?
It is Toriel.
I would love to tell you the story, but first we must speak with Torel.
He says, and he looks down and he sees your Legion badge. He says, oh, right this way, come on in. Leads you in and across the floor over to where an elderly man is drinking at the bar. He's very short, maybe about 5 foot.
Yelling and waving at people as we walk through.
Make your
Anybody
way.
that makes eye contact with me is getting a pleasant smile. And just charming the room.
You get some looks back and some waves and some raised cups as they kind of look at you and recognize you from something. Maybe they don't know 100%, but you look familiar. You're as of note, you look right at home. Make your way over, there's a man sitting at the bar. He seems to be talking up to the barkeep in some brown robes, relaxing, having a nice drink. Has some more frayed, longer gray hair and a beard. Short fellow. The gentleman you're with introduces you and says, Guildmaster Terrell, these are our new members, I think. Kind of points over to you. Guy turns around, looks at you. Welcome, yes. Wait a minute. That shirt. I know you. He says, you're Carnival. Is that right?
Carnival. Yes, he is a carnival.
Afraid I must embarrass you slightly. It is Clairval.
Clairval. That's what it is. And what are you doing here today?
He's sitting at a table drinking, you said, correct?
Kind of at the bar.
Kind of at the bar. Step up on a chair, step up onto the bar. We're going to give a rousing performance and introduction of our party here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a performance check. That would be a 22.
Nice. All right, you give a rousing performance.
Sirs, ladies, dwarves, elves, trolls, goblins, and whatever fey creatures we might be finding. I'm going to introduce you to some of the finest adventurers that you may have yet to see, but we're sure to have heard stories about, and will hear more about for years to come, I am sure. And I start introducing everyone else except for me.
Okay. All right, as each one is introduced, then, you will hear various cheers throughout the room. And listening to your accolades, people will nod and an acceptance, give an applause to certain parts of the rousing performance, and check out various things you may have that are brought up in the story. If you have a special weapon and anything you want to show off, as Clairville introduces you and goes over your accolades.
I move around the orange glowing short sword.
Show us the good stuff.
And show off the beautiful armor that I have.
Kylo, when I hear that, Kylo, keep your pants on this time.
At the end of the performance, the Guildmaster, he's very impressed. Says, round of drinks for the guys here. Bartender hands out some cups. You get some very, very nice handcrafted mugs that have the crest of the Adventurers Guild on them. And he comes over to you to talk to you personally. He says, I don't think you're here just to show off. Is there anything specific you're looking for? You're looking to register with us?
Suggested it might be something that would be of a benefit to us, but I'm looking to hear what you have to say about that.
Of course. Members of the guild, of course, can be given quests by the guild itself. If we have outstanding quests, you would be one of the ones who would get them first, amongst the others in here as well. You can undertake quests on behalf of the guild. Whereas we approve it, we know where you are, what you're up to, so if you fall, we can send help and get you out of a situation. Members can undertake established quests that fall under guild ownership. So if you come across the quest, you can register with us as well, and we'll have it in our books and our records. We'll back you in all you do, help you provide travel and other things that you need throughout the country, and you'll be obviously a great step ahead of the common adventurer who's just coming into town striking out on their own. If their party's in trouble and they die, no one will ever hear of it or know of it, and that'll be the end of them. Whereas we will always honor your memory, try to save you, those kind of things. There's perks there. Carry your name far and wide. We can spread word, such as you have, of your great adventures and rise you in ranks.
Interesting stuff.
Now, a question.
Yeah.
If we're to join with the Adventurers Guild, are there any restrictions with regards to other jobs that we may or may not take?
Jobs that you take should be registered with the guild if they are quests, let's say. We would take a small percent, of course. That's to cover things that the guild would offer you, such as services, provisions, and whatnot, if used. If not used, 100% then you keep, and we get the recognition of having you in our service for performing those tasks. We kind of, he says, we don't really look upon people undertaking quests privately without registering or letting us know.
Is there a administration fee that we have to?
He said normally if you were a standard group of adventurers trying to get in to here, you would have to pay kind of fees and have to do some introductory quests to see if you qualify. But with your qualifications and your backing from the Legion, you're right in.
No, interesting.
He'll bring up, for example, a quest. He'll say, I so happen to have a basic quest here, if you were so willing. It's a retrieve mission. We had a commissioned statue for the guild that was coming in earlier in the month. It was being brought in by gnomish airship. Some shenanigans went on. I don't want to talk about it, but the statue went overboard and landed far to the east near the Cloud Tower Mountains, or up so in. The ship was attacked by something large below, which we did not get confirmation of. It was commanding some lesser minions, and long story short, the gnomes took out of there with their own lives, leaving our statue behind. If this is something you would want to do, again, you'd be greatly rewarded and helping the guild.
I think we'd have to discuss that with the rest of the group.
Well, he was just providing us the type of example of the
Yeah.
type of work that's currently available.
That's currently available. He'll say, other than that, you're free to hang out here, meet all kinds of informants, other people, contacts, skilled adventurers.
Now, something that we've come across, and I'm sure some of your other adventurers and guild members have come across as well. Who, within Assure, would you recommend for dealing with cursed items?
Cursed items. It says
we don't want to go into, average Joe's merchants, sell a cursed item, and then be hired by the Adventurers Guild to deal with the fallout of
cursed actions.
All right. He gives you the name of Sigmund.
Is it Freud?
No, it is a human. That is that could help
Bearded?
you out with that. He's bearded, of course he is.
Is he going to ask us about our dreams?
He will.
You
They all relate to your mother, so.
Okay.
Where might we find him?
He will be found. Actually, out in the woodland district of the Merchant's Quarter.
Did you ever find your map of the city?
Map of the city?
Yeah, you said you had a map at one time.
Just a quarter map. It just shows quarters. Oh, yeah. Actually, did I post that? No, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I can post that. You're right. It's just a tiny little map, but it shows you, I think it's this one here. I'll post it right here in the Discord. It gives you an idea. So on this map here, it shows the residential quarter is the main part of the city, the waterfront to the south, Merchant's Quarter to the north, and the two major bridges going across to the Royal Quarter, and of course the Magic University on the island to the west.
Is it the Star Island?
Yes.
Subtle, isn't it? Just like mages.
Yeah. Probably built a tall tower on it too, didn't they?
Big school, big magical school.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, was it, Harry? Actually, it's funny because it was based on Feist's books from back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
They had Stardock Isle.
Oh.
Other than that,
where's the woodland areas to the north or to
the Merchant's Quarter, right?
Yeah,
so
what
Merchant's
part?
Quarter, north, yeah, far north.
Okay,
one
so
of the.
We're currently in the Royal Quarter, right?
Where are you? No, you are in the guilds. Guilds are in the residential.
In residential.
Yeah.
Cool.
City is massive. It's metropolis. Other than that, he'll let you walk around. Do what you want to do.
All right. Who is the most flamboyant looking person in here besides me?
In the adventure, well, there's a lot of. My God, everybody in here is all dressed up. But if you were looking, are you looking for somebody who'd be like a bard?
I'm looking for flamboyant. I'm looking for someone who's going to have an interesting story to tell.
Who's not already sitting there telling a story?
Who's not already telling us a story?
Probably a few bards already telling us stories, telling people stories there.
This is the Adventurers Guild, not the Bard College.
All right.
Right, because they don't adventure.
Only the good ones.
The bards? They're too busy doing plays.
Too busy trying to fit dolls into gnomish clown outfits.
Most flamboyant guy, I guess, in the place would be a bard. There would be a bard. A golden-haired bard in a very colorful outfit, long flowing cape. Seems to be perched upon a table, not sitting on the bench, sitting on the top, legs crossed, big book open.
You, sir, I can tell, are someone who has a story to tell.
He looks over at you. He says, I have many stories to tell, of course, yes.
No, not many stories. You have a story. Yeah.
We're
Curious.
gonna have a bard battle here.
Mm-hmm. Says, all right. All right. Try to size you up, figure out what you're thinking. Are you looking for like a story from him?
This guy looks like he's got a story to tell.
Okay.
Quickly write a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knows the adventures. Maybe he wants to tell the story of exploits of another adventuring party that he's dealt with, or doesn't have to be a personal story, but he looks like he's got a story to tell. He's a guy that has seen some things in his life, and when someone says, "Tell me something interesting," this is a guy that knows exactly what story he's going to tell.
All right, he's going to tell you a story of the southern city of Atlas City. And he's going to tell you of a fight going on between two warring guilds. The war between the sorcerers and the wizards. And he would go into great detail about the different houses of magic and how they're fighting constantly in the streets. How during the daytime, people stay out of the streets as they don't want to get hit by errant spells being cast. It tells you it all started over something ridiculous, a misunderstanding on a debate about schools of magic, and how to this day each side hires would-be adventuring parties in the city who are unaware of the battles going on and tries to involve them to pin them against each other. That is a place of high political battles and trying to advance one house over the other.
My friend, it was an excellent story, incredibly well told, and very informative. I thank you. I call over to the bar. Send my friend here the finest drink that you have.
Woohoo! All right. He thanks you as a kind
Your name, sir?
gesture. He is Louis.
Louis, I shake his hand. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I thank you.
He says he would like to exchange stories with you more.
Anytime.
Make a contact. What do the rest of you wish to do?
Okay, well, we've spent our time here. Actually, is there anyone who looks like they're possibly higher up in the clerical, clerical or healing sector?
Are you looking for people in here who know about healing?
Yes, but specifically to the retainment of souls or turning of souls.
Just from looking at the room, I doubt you'd know that.
No, but there's no one that looks like they're from like the any of the houses of the gods.
No one wearing a big pope hat.
True. No pope. No crooked staff and no bishop staff and cardinals. However, you find people in there that may look like they may know some divine magic just by the way they're dressed, I guess.
Maybe some witches hanging out in the corner.
Holy symbols and things upon them, I guess. Maybe you notice the symbol of one of the houses or one of the deities, Silvacura there, the healing goddess. What do you wish to do with that information?
Oh, we just lost somebody's mic.
'Tis okay, we got the cameras.
What is it? Okay.
Oh, there you be.
Okay.
Ragnar's back.
Oh, is it Ragnar? Okay.
It's Ragnar.
I got put into the Shadow Realm.
Oh, he got banished.
Banished to Shadow Realm. We should turn that off for this channel. Yeah. So okay. So inquire without pointing out Ragnar himself that we know of an adventurer that has fallen prey to a witch putting the person's soul into a inanimate object. And we'd like to recover the soul, and that we know of where the inanimate object can be procured.
Okay. So you're kind of talking to people in the room?
Yeah, to the people that you pointed out. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you're going to come across. Ooh. as the shutters go off. Close up the camera. You're going to come across 2 people sitting in the room who will strike up a conversation with you. They will say you're looking to get a soul back to your friend.
Yes.
Okay. They explain that they are on a mission as well to recover a soul from their father, who fell while exploring far in the northwest. That his body, same thing, someone had captured his soul, and they're pursuing him to try to recover the soul and return it so their father can be freed.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, what were your names?
It's actually brother and sister. There's Kai and Kara.
Okay.
Kai looks more like a fighter type, maybe roguish, has a rapier. Kara more looks like a healer. She has the white healing clerical type vestments.
Is this northwest of the city or northwest of the continent?
Northwest of the continent, way up near the barbarian lands.
So what do you plan to do with the with his soul when you return? If you find the vessel that it's kept in, is there somebody local that you've already have in retainer to help him out, or
they say they know of a contact up that way?
Does your father still live?
They say unfortunately he has passed. The person who has slain him has taken his soul. We do have a contact in the east, beyond the mountains of the north, who we know will be able to set his soul free once we gain the vessel. Extract revenge and gain the vessel.
And this person will set his soul free to the beyond, or to return him to the living?
To the beyond. But the magic of the people of the east is very spiritual. If anyone can return your friend's soul, it'd be them.
So there wouldn't be anybody local that would be able to help with it, eh?
They say if it was that easy, if only. No.
Okay. Spiritual people of the east. Is there a village or a settlement that we should be looking for if we do travel that way? I'm not saying we're going to go do that, but...
Would you go by yourself, or are you asking to come with us?
Oh, are you headed that way?
That will be our quest. We are in no hurry. We would leave when you would leave. You would have to help, obviously, help us extract revenge, return our father's soul, and in exchange, we'll bring you to our contact in the eastern lands and help your friend.
And now, from looking at the map that it was in our meeting room, where are we talking? You said northeast, so we're looking at like...
So we're going to look at the broken map. You see Dovagard?
Yeah.
And the top right, that's kind of the barbarian lands there. Let me see if I can open this up here real quick.
Not far from the frozen reaches, but quite a ways across the mountain.
So Dovagard is the barbarian lands. That's the frozen land up there. But as you go to the south, to the far right, there's that individual little island there. It goes all the way down almost to Haven Hills, just above on the right, on the far right.
Haven Hills. I don't see Haven Hills.
Little mountains. Go Dovagard. Go directly below to the mountains.
Oh, the broken map. I'm looking at the wrong map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Haven Hills, and you got New Haven.
You see above it where that island is on the top right? It's separated by water.
Flint Reach? No.
South of Dovagard. Farthest right you can go.
Yeah, just separated by a river or like a...
Yeah, there'd be... I don't have everything on here, but there would be a mountain range there. That would be greener land near the south, and that would be where they're talking.
Okay.
That's far.
Yeah. Well, because considering Silver Lake and Forgotten Reaches are about as far from each...
If you look on the colored map, it's still there on the colored map, too.
Okay.
So you get the idea.
Yeah, it's the farthest part of the continent.
So what he's trying to explain to is that this place is known as the East. This is where, like, as we met Ren the Pathfinder, this is the land she would be from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not
Good note.
specifically. Okay, just to give you an idea. All right, so Kylok asks into the room about some contacts about helping with Ragnar's soul, and he comes up with this. So he gets a contact, he gets a quest, and he gets a way, maybe, to do it, but a very good lead. I'm going to add that to your list.
Okay. Oh, we have so many adventures.
You have a lot of adventures. Ragnar and May, do you guys have anything specific you want to do, look for, ask? Or are you okay so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you looked around the Adventurers Guild. You met with the Guild Master. You were offered to be in the Guild if you wish. Didn't cost you anything, and he will be able to give you quests. Bring your quest. He brought up one quest about retrieval of a statue. Very basic quest. You met a brother-sister team in there who were looking to go north to do looks like a family quest. Pretty long, pretty involved as well. And you have your own series of quests, too. What do you wish to do from here?
How does Ragnar feel about his soul at the moment? What do you got going on there, buddy?
I mean, I would like it back.
I'm assuming you were standing there when we were talking to the two.
Yes, I was following you.
So he is hope, right? That his soul can be retrieved. Right now, he still has that feeling that he's not all there. That the soul that Tessa gave him to move around, like one of her former adventures, kind of like a half thing, is still there in the back of his mind. He still has visions of someone else's life, and he still doesn't feel 100%. He can function, he can do his own thing, but he's not him. You know what I mean? He feels on borrowed time, kind of thing, and worn down as he's walking around.
But the doll that it was a doll, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does Ragnar have the doll? Or someone else?
Clairvel has it all.
Clairvel has it. The puppet master.
Mm-hmm.
Just be one. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, so Clairvel has the doll on that.
So we do have the option to go and talk to Ren. She may know something about the healers of the East, or the spiritual people that live in the East.
Like she would tell you that's her homeland. That's where she's from, right? And in that, how they are, their traditions of that are very, very spiritual. And that this contact, this is where they found someone there who has the best chance to do what they need to do, and it may help you as well. She would only be able to tell you about her homeland.
Before we leave the table, I just want the contact's name.
What's that?
I feel they're about to give us the name of the contact, but they're keeping that to themselves.
No, they keep it to themselves because they don't want you to go by yourself. They want you to help them as well, right? It wouldn't hurt to have a whole adventuring guild or team with them instead of two against their rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify, it has given you this cursed sword, try to get it dispelled in some way.
Jackson gave it to who?
Probably to Clairvel for keeping. Maybe to him by the sheep.
Okay, so Clairvel, Jackson's going to give you the cursed blade to hold on to until it can be dispelled.
If you want to hold on.
If you want to hold on to it, or put it in the guild house or wherever you want to put it safely.
Well, not just you've got a proper sheath for this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So because we can properly sheath this, I'll put this in the bag of holding.
Okay. All right, so it's with Ragnar.
No, it's with we bought 2 bags.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Clairvel has one and Ragnar has the other.
Yeah.
So where do we stand on all of our? We haven't checked in on the ship yet. See if the ship is
Correct.
ready
Nope,
and
you haven't.
serviceable.
We can go there if you wish.
We know that May's automatron or suit of armor or whatever she has is ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming she's trained to use it now.
She's getting there. Working on it.
So, okay. Have we checked? Has everyone checked into the places they need to check into here at the city before we leave on a quest?
I've done what I needed to do.
Pretty sure everybody's pretty
I was
wrapped
gonna
up.
check in with the Rangers, but I don't have to because I'm not getting any special weapons or anything.
No one likes you
You
anyway.
can check in in case they
Everybody
have.
loves me. Every time we go into a place, they know me by name.
They do. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You should check in with them, see if they have any animals you might be playing.
I have the Onyx dog,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't need another animal at the moment.
That is only 6 hours once a week.
Oh, it's only 6 hours once a week? I thought it was
6
cast
hours
of the week.
once a week.
Oh, okay.
He'll help.
But like, you can talk to this dog. You can scout out for you,
Mhm.
and like it talks back. It speaks common.
Mm-hmm. Very handy.
Now, if I have another, so let's say I went and bought a Timberwolf from the handler at the Rangers thing, could I still have that and the Onyx or no?
Yeah, but the Timberwolf's not going to talk to you.
No. They might, but I won't understand. I don't speak Timberwolf.
Woof, 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 woof.
Although there is a spell that I don't
Carlo.
have, which is speak with. Or do I have that spell?
Feed me.
I shall call him Sven. I actually do have speak with animals. That's
There you go.
My third spell.
Okay.
My third first level spell.
So you
whichever
can
animal
try
I
to
get.
befriend an animal in the wild being a ranger, or you can go buy one in town being a lazy ranger, whatever.
Your his animal.
Up to you guys, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, tell
I'm
me
good.
where you
I
want to
don't
go.
need to go buy an animal. I
All right.
feel that there's probably some adventures that await us, and just hanging around the town too long will make us fat and lazy.
Yeah, you'll never go anywhere. Do you want to go to the ship, to the dock, anything like that? You tell me what you wish to do.
There's still time in the day to go down and check with the dock.
It could be a different day. We're in town.
Okay. So 3 days hence, after May is ready and trained, we'll go to the dockmaster and see how the ship is progressing.
All
I'll
right.
let Jackson do the talking because he's the ship guy.
Okay, go to the dock of the ship.
Yep.
That's where everybody wishes to go first. You walk towards your
Fine.
What's that?
That's the first thing we have in mind.
Oh, missed it. Sorry, it was somewhere else. Oh.
No, going to the docks is the correct choice. Yes.
Okay.
The
Yes.
ship first to clear anything up with the dock net that come up.
Okay, sorry. You walk towards your ship. Let's see. You know what? We're going to do this here first. You walk down the main road. A steep hill descending down to the docks below. Taking in the sight from atop of the hill, you see the bay is full of ships below, of all makes and sizes, many of which are marked with Merchant Guild logos. Make your way down the hill into the waterfront district and down to the docks until you come to where your ship is. You walk towards your ship when you were greeted by the dockmaster. It looks like a human, followed by a dwarf. He has a ledger and looks like he's on official business. He'll come up to you and say, "Good day, we finished detailing your ship. We had to remove some foreign substance from below. I don't know if you knew you were carrying that, as well as some remains." He looks kind of not impressed. Says, "No worries, I've managed to keep things under wraps, but just be more careful in the future, please. I had the men put parts of the automatons into the hold as requested, and it will be 6 gold for service."
Jackson will pull out. Let's say. Let's roll that real quick.
The coin master.
It's gonna give him an extra 7 on top of that.
Nice. Okay. Looks very happy for services rendered.
Even number.
Beautiful. Okay. Takes the gold. Leaves you to your business unless you have anything else with him.
I'm gonna ask him if he's got any recommendations for deckhands and helmsmen.
Okay. He will give you the name, the Seabird's Shanty. He said it is a local tavern in the docks area. Oh, sorry. In the... Let me just make sure I got it right. Kind of in the slums of the warehouse or waterfront quarter, where you can find all types of sailors and people who have come back from and are looking to embark on voyages. A lot of very good deckhands hang out there looking for work.
I'll ask one more question of him. Anyone down on their luck that you would recommend bringing on board?
I missed part of that. Anyone that you would...
Anyone down on
luck that we wouldn't bring on board?
Oh, they would bring on.
Oh, I mean, not that he could think of offhand. There's a bunch of guys, but I'm sure you would be able to sort them out.
I'll nod and give the ship a once over.
Okay. Guys, make your way over to the ship, and it is very, very well cleaned. Everything seems to be in order. Make your way through the ship. Even the quarters on the ship are cleaned up. The beds are made. Everything's scrubbed up.
Nice.
And you can see that below in the hold are the automaton parts. Everything else has been removed.
Jackson, I think one of the things you might want to look at before we leave is some sort of flag to fly. You could fly the Legion flag or the Adventurers Guild or something of your own choice.
I was actually thinking we might get flags. Never know where we're gonna end up.
All right, guys are thinking about that. Check out the ship. It's in good shape.
Jackson is going to look along the side and see if there's any way that he could change the name of the ship itself without having to do too much work.
Change the name of the ship?
Yeah.
We had them change it in the registry and change it as we had them fix it up. Because you gave a name a while back.
I gave the original name of the ship, and then you wanted to change the name of the ship. Did you give me the new name of the ship?
I did not.
Okay. If
what was the Seaforth? Was that the original name?
That was probably the original name, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Jackson wants to change the name, which he can. So he can do that pretty easily with some of his basic spells. I think the one I can't pronounce, that one. What do you want to call the ship? Do you know?
Yes.
All right.
Jackson's going to taunt the gauntlet with this answer, and he's going to rename it Unsinkable.
Unsinkable?
Why do you call it Titanic?
Titanic. Yeah, why'd you spell it Titanic?
And in small engraving above the last letter is just the power of 3.
Nice. All right, I will make a note. Unsinkable to the power of 3. That's awesome. I love it.
Is this the third unsinkable ship you've had?
The captain had the name Unsinkable for his first ship. It got stolen by a dragon and put on top of a mountain, so it did not sink. So he named the second one the Unsinkable 2. Since this is Jackson's ship instead, he's naming it the third.
Nice. That's awesome.
Is the second one still floating?
Mm-hmm.
You assume so.
Okay.
Captain's got it.
No, but...
All right, we renamed the ship. Jackson renames the ship. Now your ship is in pristine condition. It has a nice new name on it. Looking good.
Then we'll clarify exactly what he's looking for crewmen.
All right. Are you going to make your way over to where he told you?
That is what I'd like to do, yes.
Seabird Shanty.
Hiring a crew, shouldn't we determine where we're going, since that's going to be one of the main questions that a crew is going to ask?
Yeah, now's a good time for that conversation.
Yeah, and if we are leaving, are we taking
one here?
If we are leaving by ship, are we taking all of the passengers that were suggested to take?
Well, and that's the thing. We've got to figure out where we're going, who's coming with us, and what our stops are.
Yeah, because we would take the 6 mages, which we don't have names for yet. We'll have to get their names. And then we have Kai and Kara.
Oh, that's assuming you're taking everybody on all your quests. Those guys want to go on their own quests.
Yeah. Now we can come back here too.
Yeah, of course you can. Multiple times.
Yeah. They may not be here. The mages want to set out north.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we could do. The mages don't want to. They're not interested in going on an adventure with us. They want to get home. They want to check. They were planning on taking some trips by foot to explore the region, which they don't really understand what they're going to be encountering just yet. We could fly the mages home, learning how from them to better control the ship.
And maybe hiring one of them.
Let's say that, just for knowledge for yourself, you were able to activate the crystal once to set off a beacon to take it home. You, however, didn't fly the ship.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm hoping they're going to help teach us to fly the ship.
Or stay and help us fly the ship.
Yeah.
Jackson's
hire
concerned
one.
about
That's in the frozen reaches. We've got something in Silver Lake.
Yeah.
We've got something. You said this thing in the east. This is in Haven Hills.
No, sorry. Let's call it, for lack of a better term, Pandalhaven is in the top north. It's the Barbarian lands. The main city is Dovagard. That's kind of where they were looking to go, and then after they take down their rival, they'll continue east to. The name escapes me. I'll have to grab it, but to the eastern lands to then finish their soul quest.
Okay, so they've got a personal grudge in Dovagard.
Yeah.
That they may or may not want us involved with. Then they'd be going down to find the person to restore the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did ask for help with recovering the father's soul. Though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
So
they're a rogue and a healer.
Yeah, so we've got that. The map is Silver Lake.
Which is middle of the continent, not far from Shura.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it is across the border where there's some sort of conflict going on.
Yep. Well, if we've got a sky ship, they're not going to be looking for that many sky ships for that. Plus, it's a lot easier to sell the merchant aspect of it if we're going in with a ship.
Mm-hmm.
True.
anyone get the rates that anyone's willing to pay?
Sorry?
I was gonna ask, did anyone get the rate fees that anyone's willing to pay for their job? Or do we have a list of quests we don't know the worth for?
Here's the thing, returning the elves, that's not a paying quest. That's, trying to set things right.
That's just
Silver
work.
Lake is a treasure map. So there's no ongoing rate for that. The people that want help avenging their father are offering help restoring Ragnar's soul. So again, no guaranteed pay on that one. I would like to point out that the last quest that we went on for this Lord Jackson, we were going to get paid, I believe, 50 gold each. Not even counting the magical items that we walked away with. Each of us pocketed over 1,000 gold pieces. Plus, we now have magic items at home and a staff.
And a
So
ship.
maybe going
And a house.
Yeah. So maybe the going rate for a quest maybe isn't the biggest factor.
Yeah.
True.
So if we offered them 10 gold each, maybe even 6 gold each, we might get a decent crew.
Well, if we're hiring a crew, we're hiring them for their services. We're not hiring them for a cut.
True.
This isn't a pirate ship.
Are you sure about that?
I am. Because I can't sell that story.
Jackson will nod his hands and ask if there's a specific thread that Derval would prefer to buy to help him with any stories he has to fabricate.
I'm catching about 1 in every 3 words you're saying, right?
Me too.
Yeah,
Mike's very broken,
really
but what he
break
asked, I heard that one. He said, is there a specific flag you would like him to fly that would help with your stories? So would you like to fly under a banner of merchant, fly under a banner of, performer or whatever, adventurous guild, legion, whatever it is?
I think we should have a few flags that we fly as the need requires. Like if we're going to be going into Silver Lake, for example, we better have a merchant flag that we can fly. If we're going to be flying in... What's that?
We're on the same page for that then.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question about the Legion, is the Legion is it strictly an Ashura thing, or is it a global...
Strictly an Ashura thing.
Okay. And the Adventurers Guild is Ashura's Adventure Guild, right?
The Adventure Guild's a little bit different. The Adventure Guild is registered in the city under the Legion. So the Legion, they went to and registered there. However, there are Adventure Guilds in almost every major city. And if you're part of the Adventurers Guild, you're part of the Adventurers Guild. You can go to any Adventurers Guild in any city and use their services. So say you go to a rival town, way up in Dovagard, right, in the Barbarian lands, and there's an Adventurers Guild there. You could take free refuge there. You can have food, you can have lodging, you can use their services, etc.
So we did sign up for that, right?
It's up to you. I never heard anybody say yay or nay.
We haven't signed up for anything yet. We've just been exploring our options.
Well, we're part of the Legion. We did.
That's right. Yeah. As far as like May, she would be registered with, the Artificer Alchemist Guild. So that would be her background. She'd be representing them as she's out fighting in her custom automaton. Doing drop kicks.
Magic armor drop kicks.
You got lots of good options, and you got some great ideas here.
Okay, so let's get the crew hired before the night ends, and figure out where we are headed, so that we have a fresh idea for next time, where the DM can direct us to.
Well, no. I don't direct you. You tell me which quest you're going to go on, and I'm going to write it.
We'll direct you, but then you have time to write what.
Of course, yes, which I do need. Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are you interested in right now?
Well,
Elves are probably the most important, so we can learn how to fly our own ship.
Yeah, and we did offer to return them home.
so what we could do, here's what I'm thinking of just looking at the map. We could, like, circuit this shit.
Yep.
So we go to the frozen reaches. The condition that we give the elves is we'll bring these all home. Only thing we're asking you to do is you teach us how to fly this.
Mm-hmm.
In the event that we can't get that by the time you get there, you agree to at least one of you sticking around with us for a little bit longer till we get this down.
Well, it's caravanning around the world as you wanted to do anyway.
Yep.
Yep.
Then we can also bring these two this brother-sister kid set with us, because they said they weren't in a big rush. Gives us a chance to get to know them as we're traveling along, as we're figuring out, like, are we going to help them on this revenge quest or not?
Mm-hmm.
Get a
Which means the angle we could do is we could hire them for our quest north, and then we could offer to help them find their father's soul.
Yep.
That way they have
That's in Dovagard, which is, like, we head almost straight north to Frozen Reaches, then we're heading almost straight east to Dovagard, then we're heading south again to get Ragnar and Daddy's soul taken care of. Then as we're heading back, we pass by Silver Lake before heading back to Ashura.
The Gauntlet.
Now where was this statue lost?
The statue itself was...
Peak Mountains,
so almost, if we were looking at the map, and we were saying if you're traveling east from Ashura towards Silver Lake, up near the Cloud Tower Mountains there on the borders where the treasure map was, the actual statue would be a little further up into the actual mountains, but a little more south towards the city.
So then what we'll tell the Adventurers Guild is we're going to be in the area. So we'll keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
And that way we could register that quest, because we do need to register a quest with them, right? And we'll join them. So we'll have an active quest now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We'll tell them we'll get around to it. We have a few other places to travel to.
It's no time.
It's not time sensitive.
And that way they'll know the way we're going to go. So if we run into trouble, they'll send help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in addition to that, like having the ship, we got a way to transport this fucking thing.
Yeah. Yes. The Transtat. All right. So if we return to Kai and Kara and ask them what
After they're going right first.
Yeah, because
And
we
then
need a healer with it.
offer-
We could use a healer with us anyway, so we could hire them to travel with us north to protect these mages and get them home. And then, what would their going rate be for that trip?
So they're not
It's not a
they're
quest,
not
it's a
charging
trip.
you money. They're part of the Adventurers Guild. If you're registered with the Adventurers Guild, they're registered with the Adventurers Guild. You're teaming up. Okay.
Oh, so they'll just go with us regardless?
They just go with you because they're looking to get there anyway. So if you have a quest first, they'll hang out until you get to their quest. If you want them to actively participate in helping you, they will.
Then participate.
But
Pick 'em up.
they're going to want to share the treasure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's no guarantee of treasure at the moment. It's a
No,
trip,
they're not looking for treasure, but they're saying if something is uncovered, we would want that help
They're
too.
participating in the adventure, they get a cut of loot.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The things Jackson wants for crew for now, which is a helmsman for the ship to run the ship normally, like as a ship. And then navigation supplies, so he can chart out some maps.
You could get a crew, but we're going to have to go to the Seabird Shanty if you wish.
Yeah, we're kind of talking on the way there.
Are you going there
Just
now?
looking honest. Might as
Yeah,
well.
that's-
Everybody good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. All right. So you.
Jackson, you negotiate
Bring it, Mug
when we
Milk,
get there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
probably.
be right back.
Oh. Okay.
You
Do you
guys
wanna-
go
do you wanna
go
wait
ahead,
for the
I'll go with
description?
you. Oh yeah, I'll get the description.
All right. Hold on for a second. Okay. You leave from the dock, going into the slums towards the Seabird Shanty. Coming into the district, you see the tavern, known as the Seabird Shanty. You truly could not have imagined a worse place as you near. The building, possibly once painted vibrant colors, now hosts various weathered boards covering patches on the outer walls and former windows, as well as peeling paint and a staircase in great disrepair, leading to a porch that should be labeled as condemned. Drunkards stumble out front as a few bare fist fights take place all around you. Cat calls are shouted at you as you pass, as well as insults towards the more well-dressed of you. Make your way across and inside. Inside, the stench of body odor, piss, and something that you just can't quite place assaults your senses.
Ah, sailors.
Yeah, the room is crowded with rough-looking sea-going men and women, all drinking, laughing, and being rowdy. Ahead of you, the bartender, a large man with an eye patch, is dispensing drinks. Take your break. That's where you are.
Come on, she sounds like right back. Do it.
All right.
You gotta-
All right. I'll try my best to hear Jackson.
First question Jackson has, barkeep, is who has been to see least in this bar?
Who's been to see the least?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so some new green recruits. He will point to a group near the back who are huddled around the table, drinking, being rowdy. One guy's up on the table, kind of dancing, doing a little performance. For the other guys, they look very green.
We'll make note of them
Okay.
and then ask who's a moderately skilled crew.
All right. He points more towards the door you just came in, to the opposite side of the tavern. There's a handful of guys hanging around there who seem to be less rowdy, but drinking. They look pretty well into their drinks, hanging out. The clothing isn't the nicest. They're not the most well-dressed, but he'll promise you that they're one of the better crews in here.
Jackson will turn it back out. We're talking to them first, the good ones.
Okay.
We're talking to the good ones or the moderate ones? Because you did
Moderate
not...
ones and then noobs.
The moderate guys over the noobs.
Okay.
Gonna make your way over? All right, make your way over. These guys are into their drinks. They're slurring words, but they see you approach and kind of offer you a little greeting, kind of a, hey, ooh, my lord, because you're so well dressed. As they're spilling
He'll
drinks.
take his hat off as he walks forward and pull from his second bottle of whiskey that he had
Ooh.
and sit it on the table.
They kind of look at it. Like for us kind of thing, just looking at it.
He'll not. Yeah,
A crew, one of the guys says. Oh, we could be your crew. If you're paying good and your trip is safe,
Does he sound that pathetic and whiny? Because
Oh,
all
yeah.
of a sudden I do not want to hire him.
Oh, yeah.
We can be your crew.
We could be a crew.
It's Shaggy.
Hey, Scoob, let's go.
Hey guys. Like, hey guys.
He kind of comes over to you and he says,
It's from you.
we may be drunk right now, but I promise you, when it comes time, you won't have a better crew. We're well skilled, we know what to do, but we like to party in the downtime.
Great questions. How fast can you sober up? How often do you need a drink? And third, do you have your own ship?
Okay. So he says, by the morning, if you need it, we'll be sober and ready to go. You'll never meet more skilled people. He says, a drink? All the time. And no, we don't currently have a ship. Ours sank. Wasn't our fault. We were skilled. We did everything. But the captain was relentless.
Insight check.
Was it because of the drink?
9.
He's telling the truth. As far as you can get out of him. He's drunk and he's all over the place, but he's blaming the captain, and he seems to be backed up by the crew. The captain had this fascination with an island, and they kept telling him not to get close. They were doing all they could to save the ship, but in the end, it was too reckless with the captain, and it went down.
Jack's gonna sit his hat on the table and sit at them. Tell me about this.
They said there's an island not far from here. To the west, just around the edge of the continent, as you start going north, large cliffs all around it, impenetrable. We told him, you can't get there. But he insisted. There's a beast at the center that guards a series of plants. I don't care, I don't know. But they're well used in alchemy, I guess. And it paid huge. And he was driven to try to get there. And wanted to kill the beast, get the plants for trade, make a fortune. I don't know. The cliffs were too much. I don't even know how he was planning to get there, but he kept bringing the ship closer and closer, and the waves just destroyed the ship.
Gentlemen, we'll be back in a few minutes. After it's ready, so I can ask those. I'm gonna go talk to those greenhorns over in the corner.
Okay.
Oh, there's a couple groups here.
2 groups.
Jackson's gonna leave whiskey with them, take his hat, and start over to them.
All right, they're in it.
Why is all the rum gone?
All right, make your way over to the green people on the corner. They look more well dressed, and they're more rowdy, banging around. Guy dancing on the table, spilling the drinks, coins are flowing, cards playing.
Jackson's gonna sit down with them. How often have you guys been to sea?
You see some people. One of the girls come over, flops over in your lap, and slapping you on the face. Hey, how you been? To sea.
Not my
One of the guys says, to sea. Oh, we only been once so far. It was just a merchant mission. Wasn't much of nothing. The ship practically sailed itself.
Want to work an escort then?
Ooh,
Some
some
experienced crewmen.
experience. We can do the job. Sure. Yeah.
What's your rate?
He'll say 2 silver a day.
I know what that means.
Jackson paused for a second and stroke his beard. I'm gonna be back to you guys in a minute. You guys probably have a job.
Probably have a okay.
I didn't believe you said job.
Job. Okay. You see him as you get up to leave. You see him kind of go ooh, hoo, 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 to the other guys, like, "Hey, we got something."
Jackson's gonna turn to Clairval. We're gonna need some cannon fodder, so
No, we don't.
Yes, I agree.
Ragnar likes cannon fodder.
Like, look, Ragnar, like, if you want to kill him, just take him out to the back and slit their throats now. You can save some time. You know,
Yeah,
Plus,
we
about
wouldn't have
that, more
Hey.
they're
wouldn't
adventurers
have
and we're
to
going
pay
to
to get
hire
the
a
deck
more
cleaned
experienced
again.
crew.
Mm-hmm.
Give them some experience as they work for us.
Exactly, experience. That's all it is.
Can you train them?
We're going to hire another crew, or maybe a better one. Depends how they look in the morning.
What, the drunk ones?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm missing what you're getting at.
I
You
think
wanted
he
to
wants
hire
to
them-
take an assembly of 2 crews. He wants one crew
Oh, you wanna hire
for
'em both?
fodder, and he wants the other crew to skill the ship. So the skilled crew will
Oh.
take care of the ship. The other crew will work alongside them. But when it comes to something attacking the ship, maybe those guys are pushed forward and become stains.
What if we try to keep them all safe?
yeah. Is that what
Yeah.
your actual plan is there, Jackson?
My plan is apprenticeships.
Your plan is to what?
Apprenticeships.
Apprenticeships.
Owe us for the experience,
Okay.
Um,
and it's not going to cost a lot.
And should they survive, then they'll be experienced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense.
But you're not going to pick them up and throw them the first Kraken we run into, right?
If we throw into a crack, I might leave everyone behind.
As you think about
There's
this,
going to be sufficient room on this ship to house us, the mages, this other brother and sister, and 2 crews.
ship's not that big. The ship's big, but for like crew quarters below, there was only a handful of cabins. Unless you're talking people sleeping here and there in various spots, maybe in the hold of the ship, put up some hammocks.
There's 3 decks, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be tight if you have that many people, yes. A full crew, like 2 full crews, is going to be a lot. The ship's not that big. 1 full crew would suffice.
How many people are in these
is one-
crews?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's the size of the crew? How many
Size of
people
the
are in
crew
these
is whatever Jackson's saying. Like, he wants all these various positions. He wants people who are going to do, this, that, and the other thing. There's going to be people who would, be able to, like he said, helmsman, somebody to do the mast and the rigging, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How many people does your ship need, Jackson?
Deckhands. So, yeah, whatever it is would be enough for 1 crew. So,
Is it 20 people? Is it 10 people?
It will be 5 people is what Jackson has in mind. Since he's a navigator, he doesn't need a person.
okay. So that'd be a full crew. And then you'd have all your guys and your companions as well. And you have the mages, so yeah, you have to house all these people in that ship, right?
You guys get hammocks.
Yeah, so 2 crews
We're hiring them.
might be a lot.
So you can't have 2 crews, Jackson.
Alright. Well then, take the better crew and maybe one of their.
So you might be able to hire a couple of
Come with us.
apprentices.
Okay. Fair enough. Long story short, because of time, in the morning, these guys will be as sober as the day. They'll be ready to go, jumping up and down that ship, getting that thing ready, full of energy, doing an awesome job. So it's going to be 12 o'clock here. We're going to call it. But think about, obviously, what you want to do. And if you had a good idea. Clairval had a good idea about the chronology of the quests going around. So I'm going to stick with that.
I was going to say, let's make the thing right now. Our quest is to go to the far reaches and take the mages home.
Frozen.
Right.
By
Frozen
ship.
reaches.
By
Frozen
ship.
By ship.
In exchange for their knowledge, maybe on how to pilot that ship as an airship.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yes. So exactly what we said earlier is what's going on. So plan your script, your story around Clairval's itemized plan there. So
Okay. So we got
our next
very
thing we'll
good plan.
do is to get everyone together to get on the ship starting the next session.
Of course. And you may not have to leave that early if you have stuff to do. You can do stuff. But as long as I have a plan of where we're going and I get a good understanding of where you're going, Season 2 then has started. Your quests are going to begin.
Because if we're done in the city, I don't want to go back in the city. I want to get on the quest.
Some of us like the city.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind the city, but there's not as much action going on in the city right now.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tonight. Anybody taking off? Well, actually, I have to take off too because tomorrow is Monday. We'll run the credits here, and I'll stick around Discord for a few minutes, and then we'll call it a night. But I'm gonna play the movie out, and then sign us off. And I'm gonna turn off my mic. You guys do whatever you need to do, and I'll be back in Discord. Thank you, guys.
All right. See you next week, guys.
See ya.
Melancholy, fear the approaching doom. Know your fears, but don't let them consume. Innocence lost, no one is immune. We all will